and welcome to Braddock Forensics. In today's tutorial, we will go over how to collect fingerprints using magnetic powders.
In our last tutorial, we show you how to use charcoal powder. However, that is only one technique of the many that crime scene technicians use to collect fingerprints.
Different techniques depend on the surface and type of fingerprints.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see the upcoming videos and all the other different techniques as well.
Yes, but today we'll be focusing on magnetic powder. So first of all, what is magnetic powder? Magnetic powder is mainly made of granulated iron.
This is like getting a huge chunk of metal and putting it into a machine that makes it a powder through a grinding process.
The powder itself is simply made out of iron. What makes this process called magnetic is the brush that we use, which has a strong magnet with a mechanism that turns it on and off. The magnet in the brush makes the powder adhere through a magnetic field.
This is where the magic happens, since nothing else beside the magnet, the powder itself, is touching the fingerprints, which means that the damage that could possibly be caused to the fingerprint by a friction is reduced and the details are enhanced. However, there are certain limits to what this powder can do and when to be used. We only use this technique for latent fingerprints that are found on non-porous surfaces, meaning that if you get a fingerprint that is not latent and is not on a non-porous surface, unfortunately, we cannot use this method. At the same time, forensic scientists only stick to this method when the fingerprint has a great risk of being damaged, since manufacturing magnetic powder is really not that cheap. That's why we stick to regular black powder, because it's cheaper to manufacture.
But that's enough with the nerdy talk. Let's get down to business. To collect fingerprints this way, we will need a non-porous surface where the fingerprint will be created. Collecting tape, as always. A surface that offers a contrast to transfer the fingerprint. And magnetic powder, which will require a magnetic brush.
Before we start, I'll show you how to use a magnetic brush. This bulky part at the end is where the magnet is located. This skinny end is where we pull the magnet up and away from the surface, which will prevent it from attracting the powder. It's like an on and off button.
Can you finally do it?
Okay, I'm going. Just give me your finger, kind of essential. Just do a gentle tap. Remember, you don't want to aggressively tap your finger. That might leave unclear or partial fingerprints. Okay, moving on to the steps. We will start by opening our magnetic powder container, which I already have open. We're going to get your brush. Remember, this is the part that has the magnet, so you're going to place this part on top of the powder.
It's unlikely you will mess this up because the magnet does all the work. You see how it attracted all that power? Well, that is too much. Even with magnetic powder, you could add too much. So you'll do what we always do. Gently tap the brush to get rid of the excess.
Now that our brush is ready, we will apply the powder in the fingerprint. The movement we follow in this case is different from regular fingerprints. You want to make circular movement, maintaining your hand at a constant distance from the fingerprint. Not too close, not too far.
And just like that, you got it! Don't let that light appearance of the powder fool you. Unlike the charcoal black powder in our first video, that gives you a cutesy black fingerprint. Magnetic powder always turns out lighter simply because iron has more of a dark gray tone. But this is just fine. Do not go back to add more powder. This fingerprint is ready to be collected, and we are going to do so using the same technique we used last time.
This is a delicate process. For that reason, before a print is lifted, it should be photographed with scale, just in case. Kind of a change of a scene, I know. I just changed to this tray instead of the paper because in the case of the paper, when I place my collecting tape on top, I might risk the tape getting stuck to the paper. So I want to make sure that this surface that I'm using right now won't stick to my collecting tape, because that could possibly ruin your fingerprint as well. Alright, now I don't know if this rings any bells, but we will be making an anchor point in the corner of the glass with our collecting tape. Let me just make sure that my fingerprint is in a good position. This is the part that gets me always so nervous. If you apply too much pressure with your finger, you could destroy the fingerprint. So we're going to be very gentle, tapping over the fingerprint like that, making sure that you get rid of all the bubbles. All right. If it looks perfect like mine, which I doubt, you can remove your collecting tape. Same. Always start from the corner. You're going to do it very gentle, and you're gonna pull in one movement. There you go.
Now repeat the same process to transfer it to the white card that we picked for our contrast surface, very gently. There you go.
And once again, another fingerprint was successfully collected. We are good. We will be sharing other exciting ways to collect fingerprints and how to analyze evidence from a crime scene each week.
As for today, this will be all. We hope this helped you become a better crime scene technician. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see our upcoming videos. Bye!